Gorilla has been known to use this drainage line at the back here. This is the drainage line or riverbed around the back of our Camp 2. We're currently around the back of Boyatella Lodge. This is where the monkeys sounded like they were calling from. Oh, there's the elephant. Oh, sorry everyone. I don't want your marula fruits.
Or can you just shake it, squeeze it, or something? See how it falls.
Stations 1 and Love on the northern side of Gowrie Dam. It was very quiet this side now. I'm hoping he's gonna walk just in front of us. See, he did shake his head a little bit as I stopped here. It was either at me or the flies. I haven't decided which one yet. But I'll give him his space. Let's see if he'll walk out in front of us. Which he might well do. It looks like he's on that road to the north. There's a couple of game paths here. You can hear the sound of the oxpeckers flying overhead. And it's starting to warm up quite nicely, and hence why the animals are starting to come out now. You don't often find oxpeckers on the elephants. It's not really normal. I think Mark said he's seen oxpeckers on elephants further north once or twice, but generally they don't land on the elephants. It could be that the skin, it's difficult for the oxpeckers to really grip hold of. Not sure if I really believe that. The skin of a rhino is also pretty thick as well, and they do manage to find spots where they can sit on a rhino to feed. There is another theory that elephants don't pick up as many ticks as the other animals. And that could be the case. Now when an elephant flaps its ears, it can be a sign of a warning, but you also have to look at the other behaviour that goes along with it, because the ears can be used for many different things. For helping the elephant to cool down, and also to help rid the elephant of any pests and parasites that are flying around. And I think that is what's going on at this moment. When we first arrived, I think there was a bit of a head shake for us just to keep our distance. But when an elephant is warning you, you'd have them standing looking at you. You may get the head toss as well, but they certainly wouldn't be feeding while they're doing it. You can see he's quite happy eating the marula fruits there. But if he was focused on us, with his head up, looking at us, maybe even making noise, flapping his ears, that's when the elephant is using those ears to make himself look more intimidating. And when they stand up straight, you can really comprehend the full size of that elephant. Still not seeing the monkeys. I was hoping to maybe at least see where the monkeys were, so I could get an idea of if they could see the crocodile or not. This bull doesn't look too old, maybe about 30, 35. The dents in his head aren't too deep. Now sometimes elephants will do what's called displacement behavior, and they'll pretend to feed, but nothing actually reaches the mouth. You can see quite clearly his trunk's going into his mouth and food is going in there. But when they are watching you, as I say, you can actually watch, their trunk goes out and they almost try and grasp something, but they're not quite getting it, and you can see how accurate they can be with the trunk. So that's another behaviour to watch out for. Well, maybe there is still something around here. I'm not ruling it out, but I'm not ruling out the alarm call for the crocodile either. Maybe the crocodile emerged from the water. Maybe that's why it set them off. So instead of him just sitting there, he was actually coming out of the water. Anything is possible. Because the baboons have now left and the vervets have gone quiet. Or should we leave this elephant bull to his Maruda fruits? You gonna mind us starting up, mister? Actually, I wonder, just before we go, there's a kingfisher in the tree, and he's looking, and he's actually acting a bit like the fork-tailed drongos. And drongos will follow these big herbivores, or even small herbivores for that matter, anything that disturbs the vegetation for insects. And this kingfisher is doing exactly the same to this elephant. He's looking for any insects that he disturbs. Sitting just in the tree just to the right of him. You can hear a black-headed oriole calling above our heads too. You can see not bothered by the elephant flapping his ears at all. Are you able to zoom in on that praying mantis on his head? I've just noticed there's actually a big, giant green... Alright, mister, hello. I'm not laughing at you. There's a big praying mantis right on top of his head.
Just on top of his head as well.
Yeah. There he goes. Would you like us to leave you in peace, mister? Maybe you did think I was laughing at him. I wasn't. I was laughing at the fact you had a praying mantis on your head. Enjoy your marula fruits, eh? You're gonna mind us starting it up now? I don't want to disturb you. Alright, mister. Looks like we're not gonna go anywhere for a little bit. Oh, here comes another. Wow. This is a big bull coming. You just see that little tuck of the trunk just underneath. Can you see? He's just picking up the scent of the bull behind him, so he doesn't even have to turn his head. He can use his trunk to sniff, and the wind is blowing directly towards him from that bull, keeping on check on where he is. Maybe that's why. Maybe he's a little bit edgy. He's slowly making his way here. You can just see that trunk just keeping a check on where he is. I say that head shake before was just to put us in a place. And then carrying on feeding. He's not too worried about us, but I don't want to move the vehicle and just scare him, because you can see he had a bit of a start when we started up the engine. Now he's going back to feeding again. Look at this big, beautiful bull coming up. You can see the dents in his head quite nicely. Much older than this bull. You see, he's not too sure. And this is how elephants greet. Trunks in the mouth. Like, you can see he was trying to stand his ground a little bit, his ears wide open. And he was bringing his body up to full size. And I think this is the bull that we saw a couple of days ago. You see his left tusk is slightly shorter than his right tusk.
This is not the one we saw in Weaver's Nest though. The one in Weaver's Nest, the broken tusk.
Ah, you're right. Homer's just saying that this isn't the one that we saw a couple of days ago because his tusk was broken. This one just looks worn down. And he's got a little bit of attitude, this young bull. Not wanting to back off by the looks of it. Good morning to you, Bill. Glad you're enjoying the drive this morning. Sorry, Joe. This is quite amazing. Larger, much older bull. It's actually... he was trying to assert dominance, quite possibly. I'm just keeping a watch because I don't want to be backed into, because once they start being very focused on what they're doing, they're going to forget that we're here. But this younger bull is really asserting his authority over this marula tree. Henry, come in. Look at that. Can't see this larger bull's going to be too pleased with that. I'm just going to back off just a little bit if they do come closer this way. As I say, they're just going to get so focused in what they're doing, they could actually forget that we're here. And this is one fight we don't want to get mixed in amongst. These bulls are probably in excess of 5 tons at least. You can see they're using the trunks and interlocking either side of each other's tusks and using their strength to push each other backs and forwards. We're not involved. I think that it was more sparring than anything. It looked like at one stage it was getting quite serious, but okay, I'm just going to back up a little bit if they do get a little bit closer. Sorry guys. It's not what I wanted to happen. I was trying to keep the res low. Unfortunately, I didn't want to turn it on, but when I did turn on the vehicle, just try and move back, they seemed to be okay, and I was hoping we could just sneak back just a little bit. And we were just caught in a dip. But I was just a little bit concerned with them just being probably about 2 meters away from us, and it looked at that stage it may have just got a little bit rougher. So just to make sure that we weren't going to get involved in that. I'm going to come back and eat the marula fruits now. Oh, here they go. He's coming back again. Sorry, mister, I didn't mean to interrupt. And as I say, they wouldn't really involve us, but they may just forget that we're there. So just to put a little bit of distance between us. Sorry, mister, I didn't mean to scare you. You can go back to your sparring now. Stand by here because it looks like they're going to come back up this way. As I say, I still haven't worked out if it looks like it has got elements of it being a proper fight. But it also has elements of just sparring, and I think it's just starting to escalate now. As I say, that's why it was important for me not to get involved, because with them being, they're probably about 1.5 meters, 2 meters here. Absolutely incredible to see, and especially that close, but you've always got to keep in mind to stay safe. And as I say, when they get so focused, I didn't want them knocking over a tree or something, or knocking into us. Which could happen. They are still going at it down here, so I'm just going to stay with them a little bit longer. And I've never seen it so long as this. I've seen sparring before, but I've not seen it as much as this before. There you go, they're going to come back up this way. And it is starting to escalate a bit. They are starting to get a little bit more intense with each other. It's quite amazing for me that a younger bull seems to be keeping the older bull in place. And Joe was asking how on earth could he creep up so quietly even though he is so large. And elephants do move very quietly. And their feet are very soft, and they walk on the tip of the bone, and most of the foot is actually soft tissue, and it molds around things. So as they walk, they just walk very, very quietly. I'm just going to roll forward a little bit, just so we can actually see them further down there. You can see them through the branch there. And this really is quite amazing to see these two bulls fighting like this. see through the trees there.
Alright, let's see what we see.
Just trying to keep an eye on what they're doing. It's going to be quite difficult for us to try and see them where they are. They're right in the thick of the bush now. And the larger bulls obviously used the higher ground to push him down, but now the younger bull is also trying to get the higher ground again. But what a fantastic sighting. It really, I've never seen anything like that. It really was quite intense. It looks like these bulls are going to be at it for a little while longer. And so unfortunately it doesn't look like we're going to get a great view of them now. Just see how they're doing. But certainly keep watching the waterhole camera. You may be lucky enough to catch a glimpse of them. They're a little bit out of view at the moment, but if they do move further down towards the water, then you may actually see them continue. I don't know about you, but I definitely have adrenaline running around my body at the moment. Absolutely incredible. And to be right in the thick of the fight as well. Absolutely amazing. It just goes to show you don't know what to expect here on Wild Earth. Anything really is possible. I'm going to be saying goodbye now, so thank you very much for joining us this morning. Thank you very much, Herman, for all your camera work, and Malusi back in fire control. My name's Tara, and you've been watching Wild Earth. Join us again this afternoon for our next live safari. Take care.